Hello everyone, I'm Giuseppe Neva from Simulation Daily. Welcome to a new episode of our Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 Airport Walkthroughs series. And today we have something very special for you, the beta version of Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport by Orbx. This airport is not available for purchase just yet, as Orbx will release it by the end of the month. We have been given access to the beta and permission to show it off by its creator Matteo Veneziani. Keep in mind that this isn't final, so you may see glitches and a couple of missing parts. That being said, it's close to complete, so you can see what it is all about and whether this highly anticipated and massive airport is worth the wait. This video is going to be fairly long because believe me, there is a lot to see. But there is going to be chapters in the description if you want to skip around. Without further ado, let's start our tour. We are starting on the eastern side of the airport, near a nice Delta office, and we are immediately going into the airport, just clipping through the fence where the famous Delta hangar is. And by the way, let's immediately start with the disclaimers. So this is a beta version of the airport, so that means that it is not complete. There are still a couple of things still missing, and I'm going to give you the full list right now, as Matteo Veneziani, the developer of this airport, gave it to us, so you know exactly what to expect. The Renaissance Hotel and the Delta Museum are not here yet. They will be added before release. And they will, as you will be able to see just later, the Renaissance Hotel is basically just photogrammetry at the moment, as it was in the simulator. So that's basically it will have a full model as before the airport is released. The VDGS system is currently being added, so it won't work. But I mean, you won't have a problem because we're not in the plane, so you won't even notice that, but just know that it will be there. And then the GSX profile is also missing, but it will be there also by release. I don't use GSX, so again, it won't affect this video. And then vehicle animations, basically ground support equipment and cars is not finished. There will be more animated vehicles when the airport launches, and especially in Terminal T and F, in the car parks and in the roads surrounding the terminals. Here is the famous Delta hangar. Then people animations. There will be more animated people in the final version. There already are animated people, a lot of them, in this version. But in the final version, there will be more. And this is both passengers and airport workers. And then also some animations at the moment can be stuttery, be bugged, or even disappear, so stop animating after a while. But these will also be fixed in the final version. So you should expect that these issues that I just mentioned will be all solved by when the airport is released. We all know that Matteo Veneziani is a perfectionist. We have seen it in his previous airports, and you will see it in this airport. Even if it's like, I'm pretty sure that many developers would absolutely release the airport as it is now without any problems, because this is really something. And again, this now our disclaimer as Simulation Daily. This is not a review. We are just giving you our opinion, completely unscripted, 100% unscripted, and without any without any purchase advice. So, our philosophy is to give you the information and the data you need to decide whether something is for you. We will not tell you should buy this, you shouldn't buy this, because this is our philosophy. We believe that it's more important for you to make your own decision, and you certainly know better what to do with your money than we do. And as you can see, this is the famous Fly Delta Jets hangar that we were in front earlier. You can see just the level of detail, and even if our disclaimer say that there weren't animated people, that some animated people were missing, you can see that the workers are already animating these two people. They're like moving like they're talking to each other. And just look at the level of detail. Personally, I feel that the most mind-boggling thing of this airport, now we're going to get like a little bird-eye view of it, because we are on a hill when the runway are, is that this has been made by a single developer. Let that sink. Like a single person by himself did this. And as I show you the airport, you will understand what I mean. And by the way, the slopes, the terrain mesh, it's incredibly good. Like you can see, as I mentioned earlier in the disclaimers, there is the Renaissance Hotel is right there in the middle of the screen. You can point at it with the pointer. There it is. At the moment it's photogrammetry, but it will be modeled when the airport launches. So now we are going to just go through this part to the west of the airport. There is really a lot to see here. So this video is going to be long. I'm just gonna warn you. We are going to show you the airport in as much detail as we can. And as I said, you will be. I am surprised that one person did this. Like one person by himself. Like you see teams of many people that can't do an airport with this level of detail. But Matteo seriously outdid himself here. And you can see, like, just look at the slope of the runway, how crazy it is. Like the northern runways at Atlanta have some really crazy sloping, and it is correctly showcased in this scenery. Yeah, we have all the tanks, fuel tanks and all that. Just look at how lively the terrain is, like how decluttered, all the decoration is incredible. And there we have the water treatment plant and the massive tower. We're going to go see the apron, the northern apron later, so don't worry, we're not going to miss. We're just gonna do the middle apron first. But just look at these detail, and like again, all the terrain mesh is like spot on. There isn't a much flatness on this airport, which is really good. And by the way, you can find my my hardware configuration in the description of the video. I am running the simulator at Ultra. The only things I changed from Ultra, I removed motion blur because I hate it. Everyone should remove that. And I have lowered the park traffic to medium because I find that there's simply too many like aircraft when it's at high or over. Actually, I normally go between medium and high, but here I put it at medium because I wanted to to get a little bit more juice from my hardware. This is not a light scenery. It's for what it is. I think it's performing, but you know, it is a lot. And you can see it when I turn around. So this is a whole lot of like models, and it's crazy just how awesome it is in the level of detail. And there we can take a look already at one of the concourses. Just look at, and by the way, I'm using for the traffic, I'm using the default traffic with the, you can take a good look at the tower, which looks beautiful. I love the work it was done with the PBR here. It really looks realistic. I really can't fathom just how much work went into this, and it's not even, it didn't even take like 3 or 4 years to make it. It's like really. So here we have a Concourse F, the international terminal, while on this side we have Concourse E. And I was saying that I'm using the default traffic with the liveries by Bravo Airspace, since they help a lot in putting more color on the default models. I love the default models, but I couldn't bear using them before they had a lot of liveries that Bravo Airspace did a very good job adding. I really hope they add more to their package. So here is Concourse F. We're going to get closer, don't worry. We're going to get closer to every concourse and check every major building. Just keep in mind that this is going to be a very long video. So if you want to just skip to something, there will be chapters in the description, so you will be able to skip to other to whatever part of the video you want to skip to. So here we are ready. You can see already some interiors. I will actually show you the interiors later separately because I can't do them by walking. Unfortunately, I don't think they have a physical floor, so they are there, but they are not to walk around in avatar mode. So now let's just check the jetways really are well made. But yeah, see the stairs are not physical. The jetways are really well made in detail with their baggage chutes that destroy your luggage usually. As you can see here, there is interiors inside. They are real interiors model. They're not parallax, and you can see that you can even find the D80's departure frequency there. If you forgot, everything is labeled. Like all the signage is really well made here. See if that stairs is the staircase is physical. I don't expect it, but nope, I go straight through it. Ramp 8, like there is a lot here. Even in its unfinished stage, this is really crowded. You can see there is animated people. I believe they're animated there. Yes, they are animated in the terminal. Again, I will show you the interiors later after we have explored all the terminals from outside. But really, the work that has been done here in terms of weathering PBR, is top notch. Like it looks almost photorealistic in my opinion. All the warning signage. Like you can go here and recognize more or less what this is, even if it's so small. An icebox. Is this an Easter egg or order? Okay, someone who is in Atlanta. Can you please tell me if this icebox here is real or it's an Easter egg from Matteo? I am very curious. We have a animated vehicle here. See, there are signage even inside. That guy is looking, exploring. This is it for terminal for Concourse F. So we're going to cross the apron. Oh, just let's take a look at the markings on the ground. Just look at these markings. They are really nice. They show some good level of weathering, but they are well defined. They are not blurry at all. This is one of the things I love of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. The moment this airport is coming only for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, it is not confirmed for 2020. I remember, if I'm not wrong, that originally it was announced for both 2020 and 2024, but I think at this point we got to the point in which making scenery for 2020, scenery of this scope for 2020 isn't even like, it's feasible, but isn't, but it is something that should be attempted, because like the performance gains you get on 2024 with the modular system is very important. So yeah, I totally understand why they decided to go for 2024 only at the moment. Matteo say that 2020 is not confirmed, which means that maybe we'll try. We don't know. It is confirmed for X-Plane 12, so X-Plane people, you're going to get this treat as well. I don't know if it's going to be the same level of detail, but it is coming in some form. So this is a Concourse E. With the Delta sign, so Atlanta, hashtag Atlanta proud. Very nice. You can look at these level of detail, just these boxes. I don't know if they're breaker boxes or like they are electricity things, because I see that they have the cable coming out of them. Nope. There is a bit of a glitched airliner in there, left behind the wings and the engines and the landing gear. Oops, you know, it happens. Let's look at all these electrical boxes here. Crazy. Delta, Atlanta's hometown airline. Again, you may see some glitches around because this is a beta, for instance. So there was some, and you can see that there is, even here in Terminal E, there is interiors with animated people. I saw a glitch vehicle that only had the cab. Probably just the beta thing that will be fixed. Just look at this. Just the level of detail is incredible. It's, I don't know. I don't think I would like, even if I was a modeler with like all the talent that Matteo has, I would never have the patience to just do all this stuff. Eh? This is superhuman in my and look at that. Like, he could have just made the delta, or just one delta sign for jetways, but they are all different. They're different types, building a better airline. That doesn't have any motto, that one. And you can see, again, there is animated inside and interiors for all these terminal here, with animated people inside. And you say that there is gonna be more of them. So I tip my hat off to this. Again, the same vehicle glitch here. I wonder, but again, this is all stuff that's gonna be fixed by release. Be careful of the clearance here as we pass through to the other side of Concourse E. You can see the Atlanta skyline in the background down there. And we go again inside here. It looks like a real airport. The amount of clutter here is mind-boggling, because this is what an airport looks like. There are so many airports in that are sold that they don't have enough clutter, don't have enough detail, and people still buy them because they want that airport, which is completely understandable. But this is on another level. This is literally on another level. Look, APD, Atlanta Police Department, Look at all the markings on the ground. So much work went into this. Can't believe it. Public services signage there. No smoking, definitely no smoking on the apron of an airport. Reserved parking only. See, even just making this little detail of leaving a door ajar like this. Not every developer would do this. That guy is speaking to himself. You need help, mate? Near all the... Oh, there is another one that left some parts in there. Another aircraft. And actually maybe just a glitch with the simulator, because it's definitely being strained a little bit in terms of resources here. All the vehicles are custom. Just this is like true attention to detail. Sky Cafe. I'm trying to run. Honestly, I wish you could just have a little bit of a airport car instead of just of running. Like I've seen, I said this before and during my airport walkthrough videos. It would be fantastic if, like at a press web, I know that there are cars that you can buy, but these work. Oh, this just appeared. Instead of this one is a little lifted from the ground. You know, sometimes with such a complex terrain there may be glitches. This is to show you the airport, like all of it, even the little words that there may be. It's a beta after all. You know that it's a beta, so we all know what to expect here. But I was saying, it would be fantastic if, since they gave us an avatar mode, if they gave us a car mode for avatar. I know that there are cars, but those are basically just your chosen plane. It's just a car. Instead, it would be nice to have a separate car mode that you just click a button and your avatar jumps into a follow me car or in a airport vehicle or whatever that is appropriate, or even just whatever. Would be awesome if it had skins. If you could give it like an airport vehicle, a jeep for when you are outside an airport or whatever. Like your character can have skins. It would be awesome if they gave skins to this vehicle as well, and you could go a little faster. And just going to, I think we like, even if the other side of terminal Concourse E is a little different, I think we're going to skip a little bit for the reason of timing to Concourse D, which is actually pretty unique because it has a different color compared to the other concourses, which Matteo did correctly. And now we're going into Terminal Concourse D. And as you can see, these ice boxes are here as well. So I suppose that they are not a Easter egg of the airport. They're just what they are. they're just there. So I wonder what they are for. You see, even here we have interiors with animated people inside. They probably are not from for the catering, because they have like that comes from its own building, which has all of its refrigeration. Maybe they are for the people on the ground. So now I doubt that it's an Easter egg. So they are for the ground worker that have to stay on the ground all the time, like for hours on end, and they need refrigeration. They need to drink something cool, or to cool themselves off, which is very like should definitely be there. Should definitely have something like this. So I think that's what it is. But if you work at an airport, and specifically at Atlanta Airport, but if your airport has anything similar to that, let me know. Like, it could be, just inform me. I'm curious if these ice boxes are for like cold beverages for workers and on the apron. I think they may be, but I don't know, because I have never worked at an airport. 757. I love the fact that this concourse has a different color. I actually do not know why. Again, if you work at Atlanta Airport, and you know why Concourse D has a different color compared to the other concourses, let me know. In the comments. I'm very curious. I've actually never been to Atlanta Airport in real life, and I don't know much about it in terms of history or what it is. And I have usually I would actually read more about an airport before doing this kind of video, but I literally just been given the airport's beta, and I know many of you guys are waiting for this airport really, 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 really anxiously, because we never had a really good Atlanta airport, and it's a really important airport, so I'm not surprised about that. Yeah, one of these little problems that we still have with Microsoft Flight Simulator is the random livery. Sometimes we still get it in Brussels. These Brussels aircraft are everywhere. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a glitch with ATG by Bravo Airspace or of the simulator in its own, but these Brussels airport are everywhere. Aircraft are everywhere. Every time I'm in Japan, I'm in America, I'm anywhere there is a Brussels somewhere. Brussels, and sometimes LOT and Tarom. These are the three airlines that kind of plague me regardless of where I am. I love these little emergency shut-off buttons here. But yeah, regardless of where I am in the world, the simulator spawns these either Brussels, Tarom, or what was the other one? LOT. It's the invasion of the Belgians, the Romanians, and the Polish. Which I suppose there would be Polish and Romanians and Belgian in America, because it is a country of immigrants. But not their airlines. At least not like light aircrafts. Not like A320s and in Boeing 737s. Here we have another little glitchy here with the poles that are not exactly attached to the ground. Again, this is a beta, remember that. This is important. An important factor is that this is not a finished product, and it will be improved further compared to what to see today. But what I am seeing today is already really, really, really impressive. At least for me. Personally, I am incredibly impressed. and I am not walking, and I am now walking toward Concourse. I believe this is the next one is C, which is a concourse in which usually you would see a lot of Southwest parked. You see the Southwest signs, but another thing with this add-on I'm using, there is some like glitch people sitting there in the air. Again, beta, told ya. I gave you a warning about that. Yeah, we should actually expect Southwest to be parked, but again, the parking of the parked aircraft is pretty random with this add-on. Again, I don't know if it's because of the simulator or the add-on itself, like the ATG by Bravo Airspace, but it could be like when the aircraft actually arrive or spawn to depart, they are at the correct gates. But you can see here that the Matteo did actually correctly. Everyone lost free snacks. That's very Southwest of you. He correctly put all the Southwest signage on the jetways and on the ground vehicles, despite the fact that traffic spawned Delta and more ice boxes here. So yeah, my theory for the ice boxes is that they are for the ground staff to just have something to drink for the long hours that they work on the aprons. Again, even in this Concourse D, you can see animated people inside. Air cargo is precious. Yes, it is. So please don't lose my luggage. I'm curious to see even if the interiors have the correct signage, Southwest signage. I mean, it's Matteo Veneziani, so I am pretty sure that they are. We will see when we explore the interior later. I'm not going to hide my appreciation for Matteo. I believe he is one of the two best developers there are for airports. As an individual, I mean, one is Joe Erlandsson and the other is Matteo Veneziani. They both do fantastic work, and their airports are crazy good. And I mean, there are more. Absolutely, there are plenty more. These are the two that consistently do the best work according to me, but there are more. For instance, people at Flight Beam, people at Flight Tampa, they all do fantastic work as well. So I am not singling them out, just those two. There are more. So don't get me wrong, but when I get an airport by Matteo or by Joe Erland, I know they're gonna be good. I know that there is no exception to that rule. But yeah, please tell me if there is more Delta here. So just the part of the terminal that had that was dedicated to Southwest. Now we're back to Atlanta Proud. I love that hashtag, to be honest. I am not from Atlanta, but I love the Atlanta proud hashtag they have on the jetways here. That's just cute. So yeah, terminal Concourse D was D. Concourse D. I'm starting to get. It has so many concourses. I'm starting to get confused and to lose track. Concourse D was as detailed as E and F. Like, they really look fantastic. Don't worry, we're gonna go away from the concourses at some point. We're gonna see other things. We're gonna see basically everything of this airport. I'm not leaving behind almost anything. Of course, if I shown you every single corner of it, this video would probably be 5 hours. So we're not gonna do 5 hours, but we're doing our best to show you as much as possible of this airport, which I believe is really good. Like, really, even just in this beta stage, there are some glitches back and forth somewhere, and we've seen them. But my goodness, I would buy it like this. Sorry, I shouldn't give shouldn't. Well, this is not disclaimer. This is not purchasing advice. My opinion, personally, for me, for my money, I would buy this in a heartbeat in these conditions. If it's gonna be even better when it releases, wow. So we are now going to Concourse C. And the jetway is connecting to that delta. Nor Atlanta proud. This is the busiest airport in the world. Is absolutely massive, and it is made by a single person. Just let that sink in your mind. And I was saying earlier, I would, even if I was the greatest modeler, I know almost nothing of 3D modeling. I tried a little bit of Blender with, dubious results. I know how to do textures. I did a lot of modding for other games, so I know a little bit of the work that is included in texturing. Like, I did a lot of Skyrim modding, and before that Oblivion modding. But even if I was a genius in like modeling and texturing, I will be honest, I would never even have the patience to place all these items down. Even if someone else gave me the items, the clutter, all the models, I would lack the patience to put them down. All of them. And here you can see even this concourse does have its own interior with its own people inside. We're going to see the complexity of it later, but just look at the complexity of all these walkways and staircases, and there is a lot. This is an airport that looks like an airport. It does not look like a architectural model of the airport, but many of them, they look like people don't actually use them in real life because it lacks the clutter, it lacks the detail. This looks like it's a living environment that people actually use, and it's incredible. All the signage, all the little, like this stair. There is a stair, a step ladder here. Interesting. So this is they put this trash bucket here, but it's not for FOD, which is foreign object debris that you can find on a runway or a taxiway. It probably needs to be it needs to be put somewhere else, or just, you know, it has its own containers. I don't know. But look at the detail again. So much stuff to discover in this airport. See, there is the Delta signage there, because it's a Delta terminal. I'm curious to see where when I go to when we look inside in the Southwest terminals, if there will be Southwest signature inside as well as there is outside. And another thing that's fantastic, like, even considering all the LOD, all the, you know, tricks and tips that they do for performance, if you look at the opposite concourse from this concourse, you still see the level of detail is still high. You still don't see too much of a simplification. So the level, welcome to Atlanta. So the level of detail is really spot on. The work that they did with LODs, it's really spot on. And you can see a little bit of stutters, so, you know, for an airport of this size, you have to expect the fact that they're going to be a little bit, but it's not bad. Just honestly, I can't even. It's difficult for me to fathom how much work went into this, because it's beyond what I would be willing to put in, to be honest. These two guys are talking. Like, it's really beyond what I would be able to do and willing to put in myself. Even just putting down all these items, I can't even imagine. And it requires not only like time, but I think it also requires a very keen eye for the layout of an airport to actually put them down in a way that feels natural and makes sense. Because I've seen also a lot of airports with clutter that do not feel like that clutter belonged in that position, if it makes sense. It feels like the clutter is just clutter, like in a way that is not natural. It has not been put with like thought. This feels like really like studied and natural and like you would see if you stepped into the ground, you know, into the grounds of an airport, and you can see from this side the windows of this terminal are much bigger. On the other side are smaller. Sorry, of this concourse. All like there is nothing in this airport that feels like it was there was a corner cut. That makes sense. You can see that you won't see where you will see, and I can see someone that has done a little bit of 3D modeling. I can see where Matteo had to like say, okay, I need to hold back the detail here because of performance considerations, but nothing of that feels like he's cut corners. It just feels like there is some carefully picked design choices to make things still perform despite the massive level of detail we have here, but I don't see corner cutting here, and that is something that I see in almost every airport, even by the best. I see, yeah, you know, here a little bit of corner cutting because, you know, it's somewhere that people do not really look at that much, so yeah, we can, you know, we can hold back a little bit. Here I see the same level of attention everywhere, and it impresses me so much. Okay, let's go to the other side, to Concourse B, I believe. Oh, sorry. Is it B? Yeah, it's B. I'm almost like losing track of that. How many concourses are there? Let me just make sure. I'm gonna freak out a little bit. Actually, yeah, see, I was wrong. This is actually Concourse A. This was Concourse B. Wow, there is some traffic in there. Some little traffic jam. So this that we just left was Concourse B. Sorry, I got it wrong. So if I mentioned the wrong concourses in the past because I lost track, again, sorry. Let's take a moment to take a little bit of a aerial view, since we are more or less in the middle of the concourse. Well, not exactly in the middle, but a little bit. So we can take a little bit of a aerial view. We're gonna get more aerial views before, but just look at the traffic we have in Atlanta. There is a little bit of jam. But yeah, so basically the concourse we just left was B, and now we're going to A, because that is the domestic terminal. So it's time to give a very, very good look at Concourse A. I don't know how long this video is going to be, because there is a ton of concourses here. There's another Delta concourse. Or welcome to Atlanta. This guy is just sitting around. All entertainment on board is free. So that's Delta's selling point, while Southwest apparently loves free snacks. And FTL. I wonder what that means. Yeah, Delta 717. I hope they still stay in service for a long time. I love the 717. Look at there is some Delta decoration inside. And more than the signage, that's very nice. I think the ground control tower. Just look at how realistic the textures are. Even just the bottom of this corrugated steel feels like real materials. Here we have some boiler or tank or something. More animated vehicles. Again, they say there will be more when the airport comes out. Again, looking on the other side of the apron, if we look at the terminal at Concourse B, it still retains its detail very well. We're not looking at something that feels, you know, unfinished or not done, or like exaggerated loads, which is something that some developers do, that they do their loads too conservatively. And as soon as you're not really close to an item or to a building, it looks really badly. It looks really bad. It's not the case here. More animated passengers. That guy is preaching a little bit. I actually wonder. I imagine that. I actually don't know this. I imagine that it's all underground. The movement between the concourses, like it must be. You probably arrive at the domestic terminal, and then there is probably gonna be tunnels under the tarmac that bring you to the concourses. That there is another custom Sky Cafe animated. And oh, we have a A220. Yeah, Delta bought some A220 recently. Really nice aircraft. We're gonna have soon. We're gonna have one in the simulator to fly. It seems like it's being final testing, so I'm actually looking forward to it. I never flew an A220 in a simulator before, so that would be a learning curve, but I always look forward to learning a new aircraft, especially one that I've always been interested in. Look at the traffic jams to get to the runway. And we are quickly getting to the end of our terminals. Sorry, concourses. I always say terminals. That is the main domestic terminal. So we're going to take a wide berth here. More 717s. Official airline of Team USA. This feels very new because we just had the Olympics, the Winter Olympics now, so yeah, we have some more traffic. Yeah, I like when this works. The models of the traffic. Sorry if I'm like going on a little bit of a tangent here. The models of the models by Asobo of the traffic are really fantastic, and I'm grateful that Bravo Airspace finally managed to do a good set of textures for them. I just really hope that Asobo now improves the default traffic in a way that it will work better, because I have very clear ideas of what they would do, and I'm thinking sooner or later I'm just going to send them a big document with all my suggestions. I'm sure I won't be the last one. If you look at the forums, I've been writing those suggestions a million of years, since 2020. But, you know, they have some fantastic models. They need to use them correctly, right? Okay, let's move on towards the main domestic terminal, and then we're going to have a look-see at the entrance, but we'll have to do it with the flying camera because they're not really walkable. It's above the ground. And on top of that, we're going to look at the inside of the terminal. Then we are going to move on to the satellite aprons. Again, really great level of detail here. They did say that Matteo did say that around Terminal T we would see less. We'll see less vehicle animations. So there will be more when the airport launches, but this already looks pretty great. Take a turn. Interiors there, even here. Like all the concourses have interiors, and that's something that I value. Even if they're simple interiors, just to give you something to look at when you are directly facing these interiors. Many developers just make a token interior for the main terminal, and then excuse me, and then they leave the other terminals with just parallax or even just opaque windows. Here I can see every window has an interior behind it. In the of course this is just in the concourses because they're what you see from the apron, but it's a lot. It's a lot of interiors. Again, I'm not sure if this would have been possible if it wasn't for MSFS 2024's modular systems. We have a little bit more larger building. Oops. That aircraft just changed in front of us. And we have still more interiors in there. Oh, this is one of Asobo's vehicles, that's why I can't go through it. Of these tow bars, yeah, everything here has its own interior. So if you're a fan of terminal interiors, you're gonna be happy about this airport. If you're one of those that hates terminal interiors, well, I'm sorry. Sorry for you, not sorry for me, because I actually enjoy terminal interiors. I think they do help with immersion, and I love immersion. Immersion is important for me in a simulator. Well, people think that immersion is not important, but for me it is. Welcome to Atlanta. There is some people sitting in the air again here. Oopsies. Well, again, beta, remember, this is the beta of the airport. This is not the final version, but I believe even in beta, this is pretty darn impressive. Really impressive. I wish you could just climb the stairs, to be honest. I don't know if that would require more resources though, but I'm a fan of like being able to climb the stairs from the apron and go up to the terminals and having actual physical floor in the terminals, you know? Yeah, we arrived to the end of the apron side, of the air side of the domestic terminal, main domestic terminal. So on this side, look at these, all these like hydraulics here, and look at this level of detail. Well, actually, I'm just going to like see where I can go here on foot before I move on the camera. Arrival departures, curbside check-in. I wonder if I can actually get to the entrance or I will just fall into the ground. If I fall into the ground, I will move in. I move on the camera, on the flying camera, the drone camera. Dash, same day express shipping. Maybe I will just, I don't know if I will just walk inside here. I believe that may be the case. Yeah, I am not going up. Definitely not going up here. I'm going into the road. So I'm going to move on. So we are now at the entrance, starting with the double train station. We have a train here, like a smaller shuttle train with its markings. And even this station is pretty detailed for something that is so far from the apron. And here we have the entrance of the airport with a lot of animated people I can see. Wow, look at that. I want to see if I can catch a train here on the other station. A lot of people here, animated people. Marta. I wonder what Marta means. That's probably something to do with the line, and this is probably the name of the line. People speaking on the phone. Well, look like they are arguing, like this couple. That guy is drinking a Coke. These two ladies are arguing. It looks like. Actually, this lady looks like she's really arguing with this guy, and that guy is like, "It's not my fault. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. We missed the plane. We're gonna try tomorrow." Here comes the train. Let's see the markings if they're nice. See, it comes in really fast. Yeah, they are the Marta markings, and it comes in really fast, and then it slows down. That in my mind is really nice. Even like the traffic lights for the train, they are modeled. That's good, right? So now let's go downstairs. And let's check the entrances. Just look at this level. Smoking zone. Oh, there is like a smoking zone here that you just stand there with these little fences around you. So let's actually move in. I believe the two entrances is probably gonna be pretty similar. Wow, the Park KATL buses that Matteo has shown a while ago. Wow, look at this detail here. SkyTrain to Rental Car Center, Georgia International Convention Center, Gateway Center Hotel, and here there are the hotel logos that you can go to. And I think this is for the rent-a-car things. SkyTrain Sound entrance, and so this is the SkyTrain, and on the other side there is going to be the other train, I believe. Wow, just that level of detail right there was like mind-boggling to me. So this is actually directly connected to the terminal. Wow, this is the Marta train. So we're going to go in from this side. More bus stations here with people waiting. This area here is really, really impressive to me. Sky priority, arrivals, no stopping or standing signs, Delta signs. And they have put people actually walking on the walkways to the parking lot. Look at that. Yeah, it did say that some of the animations would be stuttering, but that's something that will be fixed by when the airport releases. Just look at the level of details of this area. Here we do not have interior. Wait a sec. No, this is a parallax problem. No, that actually. It did put like some really simple interiors there with some pillars to give it a little. Oh, that's what it meant. Curbside check-in. I have never seen this in an airport before. You can do the checking literally on the curb. What is this? This is lovely. I've never seen. Sorry, this is my European self. Like, is this an American thing? Is this at many American airports? You can check in Delta on the curb, literally in front of your car, so you don't have to actually drag your luggage inside the airport. You literally just drop from your taxi or whatever, and then you can drop your luggage like right at the curb. That is awesome. Sorry, my European brain has been blown here. And there is sky priority here too. There is smoking zone. My European brain has been blown. And let's take. There is a little bit of like flickering in these roofs here, but only from above. I love the air conditioning, like the air conditioning detail here. Let's see the other entrance if there is anything different. Again, I love the detail of this train station. Even just look at the roofing of it. It's not like simple. You can bet 90% of other developers would have like a flat, absolutely flat roof in there. Because who looks at that, right? Okay, this side. It is a little bit more simple, but I just believe that it is simple in the real world probably. There's walkways again, with people walking on the walkways to go to the parking lot. What is this? Need help? Is this more curbside check-in? Probably. Smoking zone is even... Hey, there it is. There is more curbside. This is the Southwest. So Southwest also has its own curbside check-in. Wow. Honestly, my European brain is melting. Look, even the carts, the baggage carts have their own signage. Smarty carty. Is that how you pronounce this? The parking lot have, like, look at the detail here. This is mind-boggling. Okay, let's go look at the interiors of the terminal then. Even now we can take a look at the roofing of the terminal also. They have a lot of detail. Like, they're not flat. One thing that actually drives me crazy is when the roofs of the terminals are like, see that there is some American airlines. In fact, there is no signage here on the taxiways. There is some American. I think this is probably a section of the terminal that American airlines use. So the interior is simple but functional and nice. There is some more interior here, still American, with its own ads. This free jacket bag is inverted. Oh well. Terminal map. We are open. ATL, welcome. We are open. So yeah, you are at gate T. There is even the gates. Okay, they didn't put like, okay, they didn't put each gate number, I suppose. So here, still American area, and then we go inside this. Okay, this upper part does not have a interior. The lower part does, and it's still American area. Okay, but every passenger is animated. There is animated gate agents as well. So let's go inside here. It's a little bit. There is the stair. It's a little bit more simple here. ATL, wow. Let's see what we have here. This should be a Delta area, I suppose, because I see Delta signage on. And in fact, we are even inside. It corresponds. It has old Delta signage. So free check bag is also like, so those signs needed to be inverted. Thank you for flying with us. See here we have this Delta decoration. Okay, let's go inside here. It should be still Delta. Yes, it is. So yeah, in this terminal there is plenty of interiors, and they actually have the correct signage that corresponds to the gate. So let's go into next concourse. Which should be Concourse A. More Delta signage. I'm not going to like do a flyover literally every interior. They're obviously the same, but it's nice that they are there and they are like animated. Wheelchairs. Oh wow, he actually put the wheelchair assistance area. Like, I mean, I'm not saying why, because why is obviously that He has a lot of attention to detail, but who would do this? Okay, we're flying inside this one, and like they are similar to each other, but there is a little bit of like uniqueness, like that wheelchair area, like this little trash can here. There is an effort to give every area that tiny little bit of detail that otherwise it wouldn't have. And I love it. Need help? Message us. What the? Wow. Wow. I mean, this is simple, so I say wow just because it's... Oh, this free check back is fine. Okay, so they're not all inverted. More travel, more time, from 5,000 times vantage miles. Okay. So yeah, here is all Delta. They're all similar, but they have their own little things, like the wheelchair thing. This one is in the corner. More upgrades, more to love. I love that there is such a variety of signage. Probably gonna be kind of the same on the other side, I suppose, since it's all Delta here. I believe this is all Delta, so this is all Delta. Let's check the next concourse really quickly. See if there is anything else that we would miss. Let's check the corner ones, which are interesting. I love this. Like, see that they're not everywhere, but they are plenty to make the windows look populated. And that is exactly just what you need, right? You don't need anything else than this. But there is the level of detail that makes you feel like this is a lived-in airport with real people. And here is another wheelchair area. I love this. Like, I mean, I'm hitting all the Delta monitors, I suppose. Here we are at the corner. Still Delta here. It's all Delta, I believe. So now the terminal is going to be Southwest. So that's what I'm curious about, to see if inside the Southwest terminal is going. I mean, I know the answer already because it's Matteo, and in fact, even on the ribbons, there is Southwest signage. Oh boy, like it's freeboard, priority on U.S. military. Like, all the signage is right. Yes, we actually want you to use your points. That transparency. What's transparency? I don't know what that means. Someone that flies Southwest, please explain to me in the comments what transparency is with an F. An airline that actually likes you. Oh boy, I miss Spirit. I don't know why, but I do. I don't know why that came to my mind, but I do miss Spirit. Just having yellow planes around, I suppose. There is a Delta. Oh, we're back to Delta now. That's why. I was like, oh, did they do this wrong? Nope, they didn't. Matteo did not do this wrong. It did it right. When we moved to Delta, it didn't even do like all one terminal with with Delta, sorry, with Southwest. When the terminal area became Delta, correctly, it is Delta. Like the interior detail says Delta. Okay, let's move on to the next terminal here. So the next concourse here. Still Delta. Well, Delta basically uses most of the airport, so it's not surprising. Yeah, most of the terminal, most of the interiors are kind of the same here. We're just gonna speed run them. Again, I love that this terminal is a different color. Again, if you know anything about the history of why that terminal is a different color, please tell me in the comment, because I'm really curious. I mean, I could Google it, but I'm just gonna use you instead. Oh, Spirit! Oh! I just summoned Spirit. No, Matteo was doing this. Was Spirit was still alive, and they had Spirit here. No, Matteo, no! Too soon! Too soon! Happy holidays! Oh, too soon! Your bag must be this small to ride this ride. I'm sure your Wilson heels fit too. Oh, Matteo, no, there is more Spirit here. Bags are more expensive at the gate. Pay at the kiosk. Happy holidays. No, too soon. We need like a half-mast flag here. Have you paid your carry-on? It must be in zone 1 to board with your carry-on. About to get it zone 1. Pay for your bag and fly Frontier. Oh, this is Frontier. Okay. So we have a Frontier area as well. Wow, that this is really nice. Like you actually put not just Southwest and Delta that have the biggest presence in the airport, but also there is a Frontier, there is Spirit. Too soon. I wonder if he's going to change that by release or not. But I mean, I would keep it as a homage to Spirit. Oh boy, I did not expect to see Spirit, but it makes sense. Because who knows how many months ago it did that area of the airport, right? So it makes complete sense that would be. I did not, but could be my surprise, I suppose. Okay, let's go to the other concourse here really quickly, and then we're going to go to the international terminal. Here is old Delta again. We're going to do a quick flyover. And then we're not finished. We're going to do the north and south aprons, which there is a lot there as well. Like, it's not small. Okay, and we will be able to walk those. Let's move on to the international terminal here. Or there you go. And I'm also going to do a flyover the Fly Delta Jets terminal. Sorry, hangar, because it looks like super detail, and I want to see that detail from close by. So here we have Delta. Here it looks like the international terminal has all Delta signage. This area here there is some Spanish as well in the signage. Okay, let's check out the entrance here. There is some nice detail here as well. So here should be the arrivals, I suppose. Normally second floor is arrivals. No, there is some curbside check-in, so it's departures, I suppose. Departures, yeah. So second floor is departure, with its own curbside curbside check-in, which is again mind-boggling for me. So arrivals, yeah, there are some airports, of course, that have arrivals on the bottom floor. Actually, most of them. Why would I say? Actually, I don't think I know many airports that have departures on the top floor. Sorry, on the bottom floor. So I was confusing my poor adult brain was playing tricks on me. KATL, all these buses, they are apparently quite iconic. There is a cargo area here. I am going to just fly over these because I don't want to like come back all the way here, but I will do the north and south aprons, don't worry. I'm just going to take a look flying around this side. Otherwise I'm never gonna finish this video, and you know, again, if you want, there is going to be chapters in the description. See, there is a tarom. I knew there had to be a tarom somewhere on this thing. Look at the ground details here. Delta Airlines, and there is the Fly Delta jets. Look at, even just in this little hidden area here, just look at the detail here. Who does that? Who does this? Just look at these crazy level details on top. Who is even going to see this? But it's there because it's wow. Sorry, I know I'm like drooling over this airport, but I haven't seen many with this level of crazy manic level of detail, attention to detail. Just look, like the Fly Delta Jets sign is weathered correctly, like it has been there for years, like it is for decades. Ah, okay. I think we have done this fly camera part quite enough. So I'm going to go back to my little aircraft, and I'll see you in the south on the south apron. And we are now on the south apron, and we are. Look at this, a little sign for the fire department. And there is, of course, the fire trucks with their correct livery. Even firemen with their uniform. Look at that. This airside ops agent came in to talk with the fireman. Ground radar? Is that a ground radar? I believe it's a radar. I'm not sure if it's the ground radar, but it's a radar. So just even from this distance, the airport looked detailed. Okay, this fire truck is a little floaty, so it needs to be brought down. The sigil of the Atlanta Fire Rescue, estimated 1882. Going to go up to that radar. we can take a kind of high level view at the airport, which is lovely. I actually really love to look at the airport from a hill. Not many airports have, not all airports have hills that you can take like a little bit of an elevated view from, but I love that when you can. And in these you can. Animated radar here. These, I believe, should actually be cargo bays, but Microsoft Flight Simulator Jet for 24 just parks normal airliners here for some reason. With other traffic, things like FSLTL or beyond ATC would park the correct aircrafts here. Just look. Even if it's so far from the central terminal, there is so much level of detail here. Excuse me, my throat is starting to suffer the long exposure to talking. I believe I've been at this for at least 2 hours, if not more. Yes, this is going to be a pretty long video. I mean, it's worth it. It is worth it. It's deserved. I've been waiting, like many of you have been waiting for a good Atlanta airport for a long time, just because of how important it is. Don't worry. Before we finish, we are also gonna give a look at the runways and the taxiways. I'm gonna do that with the fly camera just to make it a little faster. Because if I had to walk a marathon through the runways, and there are many runways here in Atlanta, it would take ages and ages and ages. And I don't think you want to be here looking at me walk around the runways for all the time. There's another Delta hangar in here. By the way, I'm sleep deprived as well, so yeah, great. If I said something incredibly stupid during this video, please forgive me. I am a little short on sleep. Because this was not planned. This video was not planned. I was planning to release a Star Citizen video. Well, I will actually release it before the day ends. I don't know if I release this first or that one first, like a Star Citizen video with VR. So that was the plan for today, but I was giving this airport, and well, I suppose there is a lot of people that are waiting for to see more of this airport, because it's been a while and everyone's been very anxious about it. It's an important airport, it's understandable. So yeah, and I've actually put like a little teaser. Yesterday I put the Atlanta airport in my Guess the Airport series of shorts. So now you know. If you if you have ever resisted to this point of the video, after 2 hours, you deserve to be given the solution that yesterday's short was Atlanta airport. So now you know. But yeah, if you haven't noticed, we are publishing a series of shorts every day. There will be one today as well. I haven't decided which airport I will do yet, but every day we have a short in which I show you the airport, one airport in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then you have to guess which airport that is. And so far we had some guesses, some right guesses. That we had a lot of weird one, the first one was Milwaukee Airport, and someone guessed Pyongyang in North Korea. And this Atlanta Airport, I've seen someone guessing Austin. Actually, no one to this time guessed correctly Atlanta Airport, as far as I've noticed. I've seen an Austin and something else that definitely was not Atlanta. And here I thought that it would have been easy. Like, everything's Delta and Southwest, and Atlanta Airport has a pretty recognizable shape in its terminals and whatnot. But no, apparently that was not easy. But yeah, every day we have a different airport, and the solution is usually always provided the day after with the next video. Basically, next video you get the airport you have to guess, and then at the end you get to see which airport was it from the previous day. Yeah, we have this massive Delta hangar with a sound barrier in there. Just look at that. Like, the materials, they are so well made. It looks very realistic. I don't know how much how Matteo achieves that. There is certainly some photo sourcings that I can see, and then probably hand corrected and colorized to make them look better, and then I put like a PBR, but that's just my theory. I can definitely recognize some photo sourcing, but it does it really well, and the materials look really realistic. That's one thing that many airports turn me off, because the materials don't look realistic. Another of my, sorry again for the coughing, another of my favorite developers, which I forgot to mention earlier, Marcus Nyberg. He does some fantastic job with the textures. I think Marcus is probably the best texture artist among the flight simulator developer community, so every one of them has their own strengths, I imagine. We are now at the North Apron. Where there is some more cargo operations and some FBOs. Like Signature Aviation, I believe, is parks here. Again, there should be cargo aircraft here. My goodness, all this stoking is doing a number on my throat. You can probably feel my voice deteriorating as I speak, minute by minute. All cargo is pretty precious again, definitely is. You definitely wouldn't find a Delta connection, a ERJ here. Really, that like the default models. The only airliner that's missing, well, the only major airliner that's missing is the CRJ. So you have the ERJ that kind of substitute for the CRJ sometimes. That's a pity, definitely. It's probably a matter of It's probably a matter of licensing, because Microsoft wants to have everything licensed. Which is a bit of a downfall, but it's understandable, because like if Laminar has a lot of liveries that Microsoft doesn't have on an X-plane. But that is, I believe, because they do not care about licensing, and like if Delta or decides the Delta sees Microsoft with their livery not licensed, they're probably gonna have a different reaction than seeing Laminar in like the same X-plane. So with their, because Microsoft is such a bigger company. I definitely doubt that Laminar can get licenses that Microsoft can't. It's just a matter that they don't care to license stuff, because they think they're safe, I suppose. And there you can see that as I was saying at the beginning of the video, the Delta Museum right there. There you can see the 747. What's left of it is not made yet. It will be part of the end. It will be modeled in the final airport together with the Renaissance Hotel. So that part, not even gonna go there, because we know that it's not there at the moment. But it will be. So all's fine. I would have been surprised if Matteo didn't make such an important part of the airport. Well, it's not part of the airport, but it's kind of part of the what's iconic about like Atlanta Airport, the Delta heritage, of which the Delta Museum definitely is part. But again, the airport will be released by the end of the month, as far as we know, because Orbx wants to give Matteo as much leeway as possible to finish the airport, and he is a one person, so it has been delayed a few times. But I believe you guys got in this video plenty of evidence that it's worth waiting a little bit for this airport, and when it's out, we can really enjoy it. It is something else. I believe it probably is I personally believe that this is probably one of the best airports in the simulator at the moment, and not even by a little bit. Certainly is the best of Orbx's lineup, and one of the best you can find in the simulator, if not the best, especially among the big airports. Because yeah, it's easy when an airport is smaller to make it even more detailed than this. Easy. It's not easy, because a lot of people, even with small airport, don't do it, but certainly is less of a challenge. But this level of detail in airport that is this big, I can think of many at all. So yeah, I can only applaud and tip my hat off to Matteo Veneziani, fellow Italian. Because you know Italians do it better. I can only tip my hat off to him and to the effort it put into this airport. Because one person doing in airports of this, an airport of this magnitude? What? When? Where? When does it even happen? Right? I'm so impressed. Just look at this. Just look at this ribbing on this building. Like, who would do this for a peripheric cargo building in a remote apron of a massive airport? No one would do that. They would just paint it on the texture. Most developers, some maybe would, but yeah, no one is a big word. Some perhaps would, like again the best ones, but I can certainly see 99% of developers just painting and ribbing on and be done with it. Okay, we're gonna pass under this delta here, and there should be, I believe, the signature aviation apron right there. Yes, yeah, the FOB. Is it signature? I think it is. P/S. I actually don't know who P/S. Probably another private jet. Company. Here they have a U.S. Customs and Border Protection, because of course, being an international airport, some here we have a signature FOB. Because, you know, a lot of 1%ers come here from outside the country, so they need their own customs. With the golf carts. And like the hotel valet luggage carrier. This rich person here really angry at the phone. He's like, "Why did you buy that stock? It lost a lot of money. You're fired." Here we have a loan. Bit of a depression here. I don't know if it's actually realistic. Probably. See, there is the Renaissance Hotel. That one will also be model by the time the airport is released, but at the moment we just have the photogrammetry because Matteo hasn't had the time to make it just yet. So you can expect that part of the airport to be there. That is also a pretty iconic part of the surroundings of Atlanta Airport. Bunch of Avelo aircraft here. I don't know why they're here at all. Here I think this ground mesh, considering that this is a parking area, needs a little bit of work. I am fairly sure this mesh thing is not accurate, but I'm confident that they will work it out. There is another Delta hangar. And we are entering the area with all the fuel tanks. We are getting close to the end of this very, 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 very long tour. Lots of tanks here, fuel tanks and all that. After we take a look at this, we are just going to take a look at the runways with the fly camera, drone camera. Yeah, this apron here needs a little bit of flattening, I suppose, before the airport releases. Oh my goodness, I'm yawning. I'm sorry. I'm on 3 hours of sleep today. So yeah, forgive me, please. Big Atlanta's hometown airline. This Delta building. Just look at how good the airport looks from here. Like the detail doesn't lose that much detail. Even in 1440p, we're not in 4K here because I would never be able to run the simulator with decent performance in 4K, but in 40p it really works even in distance. Which means that Matteo really did a great job with the LODs, which is not something that everyone is able to do. Here we have some fuel infrastructure. And another radar down there. Jet A flammable. Just gonna cut in here and take a look at the Delta hangar in there. Another hangar, I believe it's another hangar. Yeah, even here with this much distance from the main apron, there is this level of detail. I'm like, what? Who does that? Who pushes the perfection of an airport so far? And the response is Matteo Veneziani. Matteo Veneziani does. There's another radar up there. Animated, of course. Like, honestly, if we would put 3D pipes there in a hangar which is so far from the closest runway, just to make sure that it looks nice and detailed, we would do that. Like here, just look at the distance we have from the main apron. You barely can see the tower. And again, we would do it. When I say we would do it, I'm not trying to be criticizing, of course. I'm being very, very impressed. I am trying not to continuously yawn here. But yeah, I believe we have seen enough by walking, And now I'm just doing a flyover of the runways. There is actually a little bit more that I didn't walk through here. Well, no, I actually did. Let's see at the extremity of the... There is some... Just look at the detail of these fuel tanks here. Sorry, I really want to yawn. I'm trying to suppress it. I am going to the end of the runway and then just check out all the runway with the drone camera so you can see them. Then we're finally going to end this airport on a high note. Oh my! Sometimes when I go around with a drone camera, the terrain mesh does a little bit of weird stuff where I'm not looking at the aircraft crashes when it's on the ground. That's just how it is. Nice, detailed equipment there. Yeah, I actually did not really miss much there. Look at the... Oh yeah, that's another thing we'll do after I finish this, is change to night so you can see the night lighting. I was forgetting about that. Definitely not gonna have, should not forget about night lighting. You can see the ILS equipment here. There is the... entrances, the road, oh boy. Okay, so let's take a look at these runways here, which are awesome because the runway slope is fantastic. The northern tour runway in Atlanta have some really crazy sloping, and Matteo really did a good job reproducing it. So again, a tip. You can actually see it better from the other direction. And the runway and taxiway textures are wow. Just look at that. Let's get close for a look close by. You can see all the grooving. Look at that. You can see different kind of discoloration too. Actually curious to see the southernmost runway because we didn't get close to it. It has the underpasses and whatnot. That would have been getting to that runway is so remote compared to the rest of the airport. Getting there would have been taking a long time by walking. Long time. So let's take a look from the back of the runway here to see to show you the sloping, which is really impressive, I believe. Look at that. You can see it like really a lot if you look at it from this direction. And here you can see the approach lights, which are custom. You didn't use like the default ones, which is something that kind of irritates me when developer use the default approach lights, and they are very different from those that are used at the actual airport. You see its own tower. A lot of people would not model the towers. just look at that, and he actually fenced the whole airport, which is crazy if you think about it, because this is a massive airport. Another thing that a lot of big developers don't do, but developers of big airport, is doing the whole fencing, because that is a lot of fence pieces that need to be manually placed. But Matteo did it. Again, look at the slope of that runway. Just look at that. There is so much sloping, and like so much attention to the detail and of the terrain mesh. Let's go to the next, the other side of the airport before we move on. This parking lot is still in photogrammetry. I believe he had to stop at some point, probably because otherwise that would have been like too much. The runway here are less sloping because they decided to just put them on a mound. Still, with taxiway and runway as well. So you can see that it's not like flat. Did a great job with the sloping, honestly. Here the lights need to be a little taller to touch the ground. Or the ground needs to be a little higher, I don't know. And the last runway that is really far on the other side of the highway. Probably one of the longest taxi you get to do at an airport. Its own sloping. ILS, the towers, the lights. You see there is a little bit of sloping in there. Let's go check the overpass in there. It is an overpass, right? Yes, it is. The underpass, sorry. Well, it's the runways and the taxiway are on an overpass, and it's pretty well made over the highway that's crossing. Again, you can see the sloping on the runway. It's just so natural. Okay. We still have some signature, even far away. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is to drop the lights. I will move my time to 8 p.m. more or less. The day before. No, too late. Too early for everything to be lit up. So let's do 9:22. Ho, I can already see from this distance that the lighting is awesome. First of all, we can take a look at the runway and taxiway lighting, which is fantastic. Look at that. And let's go and do an overway of the airport from here. Just gonna fly in and let you see it come close. So nice with it like a twinkling lights of Atlanta skyline on the background. And the lighting does look very realistic in pretty much every regard. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Tell me that is not fantastic. I can see the lighting on the roofs of the entrance area of the domestic terminal. It's so nice. But even from this distance, the airport looks super realistic in the way it's lit. The star and stripes, the American flag lighting here, so patriotic. This is cute, really. Oh, look at that. Look at that. This is pretty awesome. I want to see inside the terminal interiors to see how well lit they are, and especially how well lit they look from outside, since that's where we're looking at them the most. Yes, they look lit, and they are pretty realistic if you look at it. Look at that. I don't suppose the Spirit ones are not like unlit because they are closed. Oh, too soon. Yeah, very nice apron lighting. Feels realistic. Feels good. I don't remember where the Spirit ones are anyway. So I'm going to refrain from going and checking them. Joking, of course. Yeah, the night lighting also is good, and you can see the apron, how they refract the light nicely on the asphalt. Even from afar, the interiors are nice, and looks like, I believe this is very intentional, Concourse F, which I believe is newer. Oh, look at the tower is lit up nicely. Concourse F, which is new, has a more like colder LED lighting, which is appropriate compared to the old school incandescent bulbs that they may have, or neon lights that may have at the other terminals, the other concourses. Let's check out the Fly Delta Jet sign, which is also of course illuminated. Yeah, I like this. It's fantastic. That is fantastic. And this continues, of course, to the north. Hey, I believe we have given a very good look at this airport. and it certainly was found very strong under basically every angle. I am impressed. And again, whenever these airport releases, you are the one that is going to be able to have the final judgment. Personally, this is probably one of my favorite airports in terms of level of detail, in terms of care. Like everything has been put, so much love has gone into this, and I can see why it took so long. I mean, it didn't even took too long compared to other developers. Like, I've been waiting for Tokyo Haneda, which is smaller by Technobrain, for literally 3 years, and I still have to wait until summer to get it. So this has not been excessively long, I believe. You can say everything, but it's not too long. You could say it's been a little long if that's your thing, but too long, no, it has not been compared to most. You have a visual of all the concourses, Sky of Atlanta, and everything else. A nice bird eye view of one of the most complex and complete and detailed airports that I've ever seen in a flight sim. This is my personal conclusion here. So yeah, before you leave, remember, check every day for our shorts, for our can you guess these airport shorts, because we're putting a lot of effort into that, and I think it's a fun way to highlight some great scenery, and at the same time to have some fun and test your knowledge of aviation and of airports in general. So if it's fun for you, please, every day we have a new one. You can check out and guess. You guess in the comments, and the next day you will get the solution and see if you were right. Of course, if you subscribe to the channel, you will be able to be notified every time a new short is out and you can see it. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much for resisting, for holding on to the end of this massive video, and I will see you again in the next video. Thank you for watching. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. That's always super helpful. You can also leave a comment if you have feedback. We always enjoy reading them. Thank you so much for your time and attention. We hope to see you again soon here on Simulation Daily's YouTube channel and on the site. We have plenty of content coming, so stay tuned.